Welcome back to Rekt Radio, the only show that rides the crypto rocket while Cole here is still reading the safety manual. I'm Sunny, and folks, the main engines are burning bright today.
And I'm Cole, here to point out that a bright engine burn can either mean you're going to the moon or you're about to become a very expensive firework. Let's dig into the details before we declare mission accomplished.
There's no stopping this mission, Cole. Just look at Ethereum. It is absolutely blasted past $4,300, hitting its highest price since the good old days of 2021. This isn't just a number. It's a sign that the market is finally waking up to the revolution happening on-chain. Corporate treasuries holding ETH have now swelled to a staggering $13 billion. That's real institutional conviction.
Conviction or concentration? I'm looking at the data, and 3 companies, BitMine, SharpLink, and the Ether Machine, now hold over half of all the corporate-held ETH. And get this, some mysterious unidentified entity has been on an absolute buying spree, scooping up nearly $1 billion worth of Ether in just 1 week using a web of 6 different wallets. That's not a revolution, Sonny. That's a whale building a position so large it could move the entire market on a whim. What happens when this mystery buyer decides to sell?
You see a whale, I see a visionary. That's nearly $1 billion betting on the future of decentralized finance, and it's just the beginning. The momentum is undeniable. We're seeing huge inflows into crypto exchange-traded products, or ETPs, to the tune of $572 million last week alone. And guess who's leading the charge? Ethereum, with nearly $270 billion in inflows. The institutional floodgates are wide open. This isn't just about price anymore. Ethereum's market cap just soared past MasterCard's. We're talking about overtaking titans of traditional finance. What could this become? It becomes the base layer for the new global economy.
It becomes a centralized playground for corporate giants. Let's talk about BNB Network Company, which just spent $160 million to become the world's largest corporate holder of BNB tokens. They're framing it as a strategic move into an ecosystem with 250 million users. But one CTO I read about put it perfectly. Our corporate overlords are co-opting crypto. He warned that while it's bullish for the price in the short term, it's bearish for everything crypto was supposed to represent. This isn't decentralization. It's just a new set of suits taking control.
That's just the evolution of the space, Cole. You can't stay a niche hobby forever. To get to 1 billion users, you need bridges to the traditional world, and that's what these companies are building. It's a sign of maturity. They see the value and they're putting their money where their mouth is, diversifying their treasuries with assets like BNB. And the market loves it. When this company announced their treasury plan, the stock shot up over 700%. That's a clear signal from the market that this is the right move.
The market is rewarding risky behavior. These companies are supposed to have core business models, not just become crypto hedge funds. And speaking of questionable corporate maneuvers, let's talk about the situation between LayerZero and Stargate.
LayerZero, the protocol that created Stargate, has now come back with a $110 million proposal to acquire it. Exactly, a strategic consolidation. LayerZero's CEO said it himself. They want to move faster, ship faster. By bringing Stargate back into the fold, they can create a single, unified stack for the entire ecosystem. It gives Stargate more resources and a clearer roadmap. This is how you build a powerhouse, by integrating key pieces and moving with a single vision. It's a sign of a maturing DeFi space, where protocols are thinking about long-term growth and synergy.
Synergy? The Stargate community seems to think it's a hostile takeover at a bargain bin price. The feedback from STG holders is overwhelmingly negative. They're calling the offer not attractive at all and fundamentally flawed. LayerZero is offering to swap STG tokens for its own ZRO token, but in the process, it strips STG holders of their revenue sharing and staking rewards. They get a token they can't stake in a deal they don't want. This isn't about a unified vision. It looks like the parent company trying to strong-arm its own creation into a deal that benefits the parent, not the protocol's users. Some are even calling for a one-to-one swap, given how much revenue Stargate generates.
It's an opening offer, Cole, a negotiation. The big picture is that a major DeFi player is making moves to build a more robust and integrated platform. That's a long-term bullish signal for the health of the ecosystem. But I know you need to see the king. Let's pull up the technicals for Bitcoin on TradingView and see what the charts are telling us.
Please, let's ground this in some hard data. What are the signals saying today?
They're telling a story of quiet strength, a market gathering its energy. The overall summary on the one-day chart is a solid neutral. But if you look under the hood at the moving averages, the indicators that show the powerful underlying trend, they are sitting firmly on neutral as well.
Hold on, rewind that. For weeks, you've been pounding the table about the moving averages flashing a strong buy. Now they've been downgraded to neutral? That's a significant shift. The powerful undercurrent you were so excited about has lost its momentum completely.
It's called consolidation, Cole. The oscillators are also neutral, which means the entire market, from short-term momentum to long-term trends, is in perfect balance. It's not bearish, it's a flatline, a perfectly coiled spring. After a massive run-up, the market has found its equilibrium, building a launchpad for the next move. This isn't a sign of weakness, it's the picture of a healthy, stable market preparing to launch.
A flat line is what you see on a heart monitor when the patient is dead, Sonny. You're celebrating a total lack of conviction. The buyers are gone, the sellers are gone, and the market is adrift with no wind in its sails. The neutral signal isn't a launch pad, it's a dead calm in the water, and that's often what comes right before the storm hits. The trend strength has officially vanished.
That's all for this episode of Rekt Radio. I see a market in perfect harmony, ready to choose its direction, and with the institutional winds blowing this hard, that direction is up. Stay optimistic.
And I see a market that's lost its pulse. When the trend disappears, it's a time for caution, not celebration. Don't get caught in the calm before the storm. You've been listening to Rekt Radio.